Tom, this is your first video lesson. Pretty good setup, but looking at it closer, maybe your chin could be up a little higher, get it away from your chest. I don't know if you wear bifocals or what, but I think, and you'll see on Adam Scott, he's got his chin up just a bit. But anyway, we'll walk through the swing as we did during the lesson. Um, you get to a good spot here, except it's closed. The club face is closed, and then because it's closed, you end up basically too steep. You steep here, now you can get by with it if you shallow it out, but you in fact don't. A lot of good things with your swing. Don't get confused by me pointing out some areas to improve. There are more good things with your swing than not. But in this case, in a steep and you don't really recover from it. This is the death move, starting down too steep here. You draw the red line. Should be pointed at the ball right about now. It's inside the ball, so you have to make some mid-course corrections. Now you're all on plane, so you have to go from red to green. You have to go red to green somewhere on your downswing, and if you don't do it enough, you stay on the red, you'll hook it, hit it fat. Um, if you lay it down too much, you'll block it. So as you come down, it's right. This is a really good spot here, and you exit a little steep, as you might imagine. It's the same steepness that you had going down. No surprise. So it should be pointed towards the ball once again. Now the worst part of it is that your hips leave the blue box, as we mentioned. And when you do that, see how you're standing up? So it becomes a lift and flip. Hips can't clear. You flip, ends up like that. And from this angle, see, you made a good turn. You're incorrect on saying you didn't make a turn, but you haven't really set your wrist. See, there's no 90 degrees is not there. We can get you a little better position at the top, but this is good. That back lean is wonderful. And as you come through, you can see yourself kind of lifting, and then the club passes your hands. Because your hip's in the way, and your hip's in the way, so your right shoulder can't clear. So you can't chase it with your right shoulder past impact, so it ends up like this. And like I was explaining, down at ball, you've got a V shape to your swing. See how it's only in the hitting area for just a short time. That causes inconsistency. Now, if you get everything lined up right, you can whack it. I can see why you could hit it, but you know, you need a larger margin of error. And that's the only thing that's really going wrong with your swing. Um, Now you can correct it. Let me show you. This is after we talked and we identified some corrections. This is pretty doggone good. The one on the left is after, and this is before. So the first line is the plane line, is the shaft line, and your plane line will be anything parallel to that line. This is the original one. Here's the new swing. Now you've drug it a little inside, but it's toe up. And see the better arm rotation? Right arm's getting folded under early. Here the right arm rides on top of it. That's why it becomes too steep. So the next position, this is the correct one on the left, and this is the original one. Look at that. But you know, good shoulder tilt in both cases. I mean, it's a solid swing. That it's like two different players. Okay, so then let's track this through. In the old way, you get it to here, and the new way, you get it to there. See, you're all on plane. As you start down, see, you're basically on plane, and your hands are going pretty much straight at the ball, you know, in a straight line. Here, your hands will go down first and then at the ball. Now you end up in a good spot here, the original way, but you have to work hard at it because you're going steep. Remember, you had to go from the red line to what in this case would be the yellow line. Here, you don't have to. You're all in plane. You don't, and you can handle some quickness. I mean, if you get quick from here, it will be even better when you get your hips going earlier. But this is pretty doggone good for 5 minutes after realizing what the problem is. So, and look at this on the new way. Oops. So I like this swing. There's not much can go wrong with that. If you start your hips earlier, you'll get better distance. Look at the exit here. All on plane. All on plane. So that means the downswing was on plane. And if you remember right, the original one was steep.